Welcome to yet another episode of Applied Salesforce. This is part two of the micro project. I would recommend you to watch part one if you haven't watched it already. Just a quick recap on the business scenario, the micro project business scenario. The idea behind this micro project is you have been asked to, create. You have been asked to build a business requirement which constrains the available record types based on the country to which the user is tagged to. Okay, so and all the users, assume that all the users use a specific profile, so you can't do the record type constraint with the help of the profile. Okay, and that was what we discussed during part one. And part two is dedicated for a code deep dive. I shall start off. Before I start the code deep dive, I will show you the behavior, the expected behavior as a user who's tagged to, let me check the country to which the user is tagged to. He's tagged to, let's say, he's tagged to India. So the available record types are going to be individual and employees, and he tries to create the contact. The pop-up, there's a lightning component which overrides the out-of-the-box record type page, and we could only see individual and employee. As this user, the Indian user can only select these two record types. Once he selects a record type, clicks on next, it takes you to the dialog where he could create one. Let's assume Jack entry. You could see this record type as individual as selected. You could save this record and it navigates you to the detail page. Okay, so let's look at the code now. This is the Apex class. Key things here to note is this particular line of code helps you to select the country, the logged in user's country. And the second line of code, line number 8 here, helps you to get the specific metadata type instance based on the country. Okay, so that's gotten into this object type. And the third one is to get the applicable record types, record type developer names as a list of strings. So these, note that the developer names are something that we stored as part of the metadata types. And here the get record type enforced by developer name returns a map. Okay, and yeah, so and here the important thing is we are initializing a list called record type RT object list, and here we add the instances of appropriate record type, and that is returned. Okay, and let's look at the JavaScript code. The JavaScript code, a couple of important methods here: show, create, record model, and it's the function which creates the which pops up the create contact dialog, and it takes these entity type, record type ID, salutation, and email as input. And the other one is the close model. You click on the cancel button in the record type selection page. It navigates you to the home, the contact home. And next is the JavaScript controller, which invokes your helper. And the third is the component in itself. Okay, the component, the key thing about this component is the aura iteration, where we use the list of record type, which are essentially the instances of the record types. Okay, and this sums up the code. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.